welcome again to the final session of the Global Youth Leadership Program, our graduation ceremony, a time to really celebrate your efforts and dedication to this program to be an active member at the community of the Global Youth Leadership Program facilitated by the Journals Emeritus Foundation. And today the timeline is that we will start the gathering by a recap video where it's going to be a nice reflection of seeing our expert speakers and you speaking in different sessions. The video is created by our intern, Murat Kılıç. Thank you so much for his efforts to get our visuals together. Great member of the team. And then we will each take our turns at the executive team to share some very brief reflections. And we have our some of our team members at the Global Youth Leadership Program who signed up to also share their own takeaways and insights from the program. And then the floor will be open to anybody who would like to share some additional remarks with us. And we have some questions for you, and we will wrap up the session for today. So first, let's watch our recap video summarizing the Global Youth Leadership Program 2025. Well, it's been great to see the speakers we have hosted, you speaking in different thematic discussions. That was a great recap. Thank you so much, Murat, for getting this video together. And, we can take our turns to share our reflections with the participants. So I will leave the floor to Mehmet for his remarks, taking the lead.
Thank you, Cemre. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony of the JWF Global Youth Leadership Program 2025. It's really great to see you again, and today we've come together to celebrate extraordinary group of 38 young leaders from 16 diverse countries, spanning from Afghanistan, Albania, Cambodia, Canada, Denmark, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Kyrgyzstan, the Philippines, Romania, Russia, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. I think we have an international community right here with us. And this rich diversity not only reflects the global nature of our program, but also exemplifies the spirit of leadership, collaboration, and cultural exchange that the the Global Youth Leadership Program fosters. As you know, the Global Youth Leadership Program is a dynamic initiative dedicated to empowering youth who are committed to creating positive social change at the local, national, or global levels. Over the 6 engaging and interactive sessions, you have had the unique opportunity to learn from accomplished professionals, experts, and role models who have made significant contributions to peace and sustainability both locally and globally. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to our dedicated team members, Jimre and Priyanka, whose hard work and unwavering commitment have been instrumental in organizing and bringing this program to life. So thank you, Jimre and Priyanka. This support has been vital in making today's celebration possible as well. Now, to youth leaders, After all your dedication and efforts, it's now time to celebrate your achievements and look forward to the future. Remember, you will always be a part of the Global Youth Leadership Program alumni community. We are excited to stay connected with you and to support you on your academic, professional, and leadership journeys. Congratulations again on reaching this important milestone. We are proud of each of you and eagerly anticipate the incredible contributions you will make in the future. I thank you so much and look forward to working with you as professionals, hopefully in the future.
Thank you so much, Mehmet, for this inspiring beginning. Well, seeing the list of countries, hearing from which geographies we had participants from really enlightened today's discussion. And just like you noted, the diversity here in the group among our young human rights defenders, advocates, young professionals emerging in different fields are quite inspiring, and we were privileged to have their presence at this program. And today, as we have been noting, is the moment really to recognize your dedication to be present, because it's been 6 months of thematic discussions going on. We have working groups implemented, starting off their projects, working in uh, many diverse sustainable development goals and taking initiatives to achieve them. You have been active members of this global program to really broaden your horizon and be global citizens, learn from the best practices of our practitioners that we hosted, and be inspired by the remarks of the experts who spoke to the participants of the Global Youth Leadership Program on different sessions on extensive thematic areas from women's rights to peace and security to interfaith dialogue. And I just want to note that we are really going through very distinctive times. And despite the fact that our world has never been this much connected, considering the emerging technologies, fascinating scientific advancements, we also observe many unique forms of challenges and difficulties that hampers the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, as we have been speaking, which causes very alarming setbacks in all forms of human rights, global stability, and peacefulness. But on the other side of this trajectory, as a human rights advocate, I also observe an unprecedented mobilization within the civil society organizations, local, regional grassroots movements, intellectuals, academics, to really stand in solidarity with one another and to change the course of this diminishing level of peacefulness into a positive and progressive trend of sustainable development. And these actions are mostly led by young individuals, young professionals like yourselves, fostering social, political, economic initiatives where young social entrepreneurs really are the leaders, generating the most inclusive and imminent solutions to resolve the pressing issues of our day that really concerns all of us here at the Global Youth Leadership Program. And very lastly, I would like to make a note on the achievements of the United Nations as well. We have been speaking on the challenges of development in different thematic sessions, which really caused a loss of trust in multilateral systems, diplomacy. But let's also acknowledge that on the 18th year of its establishment, the United Nations sustains its 61,000 peacekeepers in 11 active peace operations across the globe, coordinates the humanitarian needs of over 186 million people, helps to save over 3 million lives a year, provides food and assistance to more than 123 million individuals living in over 100 countries to end poverty, hunger, and close the systemic inequality gaps. So I really hope that the ideas introduced at this platform, the experts that you met, colleagues that you engaged here, were able to rebuild your faith and trust in humanity and motivated you to be a part of these global actions, platforms, raise your voice, and implement your own roadmap for the achievement of any of the sustainable development goals, considering your career path moving on. So thank you so much again. From my part, I was privileged and feeling lucky to get to know you over the course of this 6 months. And as Mehmet noted, our alumni will surely stay active. And now I pass it on to Priyanka for her reflections and remarks.
Okay, Amri, and thank you, Mehmet, for beautiful remarks. Well, I consider myself as a part of the program as a participant as well as I learned a lot. But today, in my capacity uh, in the organizing team, I feel privileged that I had this opportunity to be part of this program to learn from each of you. And it feels a little surreal for me that we have reached this end of this journey. It makes me a bit sad, but it's also a milestone that we have reached together. 6 months, 6 sessions, and so many powerful conversations. And I just want to take a moment to say that how grateful I am that you know I get to know each of you while sending you reminders, and it became a family. And also as someone, I originally thought that I would just, my task would be just to make the program run smoothly by sending reminders. But later I found that, well, I was taking notes and I was listening carefully. I was finding motivation from the speakers because the speaker series was really great and it was a very great learning opportunity for me myself as well. And great to be there. um, I also want to emphasize that I also learned from all of you that leadership doesn't have to be loud every time. When you were engaging in different working groups, sometimes it just, the initiatives can be quiet and thoughtful when you were building the concept notes and writing up your ideas and reaching us out. So it was very inspiring even for me that you were taking, so many steps to build the things that you really care for. And each month, I look forward to these sessions, not just because of the amazing speakers, but because of the energy that you were also having while interacting in different sessions. And I would like to thanks to my colleagues again, Mehmet and Jemre, and to all of the speakers that we had. They were really great. And thank you to all for showing up and sharing your stories and your wisdom. Um, I also want to thank to all of you that who even hesitated and shared their vulnerability with us as well. I remember some of you reaching me out and saying that you are having some problem either with the connection or with school or other commitments, but still you were trying to attend the session. So thank you for your active participation. And as Mehmet and Jammer said that we will still stay in touch in future. The group will remain open and we are building this family. So whenever you feel anything to ask or any guidance, just feel free to reach out to us either on WhatsApp group or directly or by email. So once again, congratulations to all of you. And it's been a gift to be on this journey with you. And I hope we will meet again soon, somewhere, somehow, continuing this lead in our unique ways. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. And human rights advocacy, sustainable development, it's really built on this international network. And I truly believe that some of the speakers too, we meet on virtual basis, but in upcoming years or months, we have opportunities to get together at the United Nations or we travel across the borders and keep our networks fresh and active, making sure that we utilize every single opportunity to get to know one another and learn from our visions. Well, thank you so much for your notes. And we have some members of our community who wanted to take this opportunity to share their reflections about the program, overall content of the of this initiative. So I will now give the floor to Gülnur Gürsoy from Romania to take the floor. It's over to you, Gülnur.
Hello, thank you. First of all, I want to say, I would like to say what a privilege it is to be here with all of you today celebrating the end of a truly enriching journey through the Global Youth Leadership Program 2025. To be honest, when I first joined this program, I honestly wasn't sure what to expect. I knew it was a leadership program. I knew it involved the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, but I honestly didn't realize just how personal, challenging, and empowering this experience would be. Over the past months, I've had the chance to engage in some of the most pressing issues our world faces, like climate change, gender equality, interfaith dialogue, and so much more. But beyond the webinars, what stood out to me the most was the sense of global community that we built together. I met people from across the world. We had meetings with each other, and each of us had different backgrounds, right? But united by the same purpose. It's just a different level of connection that we had. We shared ideas, perspectives, and sometimes even confusion and frustration. And that energy, that diversity, and that shared commitment actually made every session feel alive. And also, one of the highlights for me was working with the Quality Education Working Group. Together, we explored how media literacy, especially in an age of AI generated misinformations, can be a crucial tool for young people. We designed a project to educate teens about the digital world they're growing up in and how to navigate it responsibly. It was both obviously challenging but also rewarding. So, to the organizers, mentors, and my team members, the group members, and everyone behind the scenes as well, thank you for making this platform possible. Thank you for all the effort and support you have given us throughout this journey. I'm just very happy that I was included in this. I'm just looking forward to other meetings and encounters that we will have, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gunur. You've been always a valuable member of the program with your questions, comments. We are lucky to get to know you as well. And I really liked your emphasis on how empowering it is to work towards a common goal,
Yeah.
a commitment to achieve together, sharing resources, visions, and generating ideas to address some of the alarming challenges that you also noted. And following up on your comment on the importance of establishing a global community, I also want to remind everybody once again that it's never late to follow the speakers that we hosted on social media platforms. It's never late to send a very quick message saying that you are an alumni of the Journals Emeritus Foundation's Global Youth Leadership Program and you sent this request to be in touch. Share some of your notes from their sessions. Experts would be thrilled to get these sorts of messages. So please don't shy away, don't hesitate. Add people on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, whichever platform that you are active, and keep in mind that JWF is always here to serve as a resource too. If you have any upcoming programs or any research initiatives that you would like to receive inputs of the speakers that we have hosted, we would love to make connections, introduce your initiatives to our expert panelists. So please keep this in mind. Thank you so much, Gunur,
Thank
for
you,
your
Jim.
remarks.
Jim Ray,
And yes,
if you don't mind,
of course.
in May, I had the pleasure of meeting Gülnur in Romania in person. So I was so inspired by her leadership as I've observed her among her peers and friends who have come from different parts of the world. So for us, I think it's great to identify really, young leaders, the potentials that you have inside of you. So I'm so happy to meet you in person, and we would like to work with you, Gülnur, and the rest of the young leaders over here in different programs and projects. And the world is so small, right? So I was in Romania, maybe you may be in New York, maybe in September or in other places. So great to know you, Gülnur.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. And I'm looking forward to our other encounters in the future, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now I turn to Melek Özel from Denmark for her remarks. Melek, the platform is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I also want to start by thanking everybody for this opportunity. I think this was a very new form of both education and also activity for me personally. In a similar way to Gülnur, I didn't really know what to expect. I think in my own area of life and studies, etc., these global problem areas, I would call them, aren't really talked about as much. So it was definitely very inspiring and important for me to hear about them from so qualified and inspirational and really active speakers. I think getting insights into these different problem areas globally and with specific stories and examples was really, really, I would call it fun. Obviously, it's a problem area, so maybe it's not the right word, but it was really great. I think, for example, talking about women empowerment, when we heard stories about real life experiences from inside the UN as a woman, that was very eye-opening in a sense. And also just the speakers always pointing out that the effect and the activity of youth is really important was very touching to me because we can end up in a world where we compare ourselves or underestimate ourselves, and joining a program that's called a Global Youth Leadership Program is really, really important, I think. Um, I will definitely bring along this knowledge into the future. I also think my favorite thing about living in this current century is, as Gemma said, that the world is so connected. It's so small. It's so easy to get connection when we seek it out. So definitely the working groups was very fun. It was very nice to get to meet such inspirational young people as well in different parts of the world. I was also in the quality education group, so you know the contents of our group, but it was very fun. The process of choosing this, hearing about different problems we know from our own lives and how we can solve them and how to work together as people who've met each other online once a month. This was also very, very educational. I think also my main lesson from this program overall was that we as youth leaders can combine our ideas and our resources, our energy to really make the change we want to see in the world. I think this was a great way to start 2025 for me at least, and I'm excited to bring this along into the future. So I want to thank everybody again for making this possible, for making this as engaging and fun as it has been. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Melek. And I loved your emphasis on having fun because working for development and peace resolutions can be fun as well. Because yes, you noted that the reality of the facts that we are working towards very alarming issues, as we heard from speakers. But on the other side of this coin, it gives us an immense joy, to be a part of a global community with dedication to be a part of the solution, rather than fostering difficulties or inequalities. I would like to say we are on the right side of the history, right? Having this mindfulness, having this cautious awareness to act together to resolve some of the imminent threats to peace and security. And young leaders really do have very inclusive, very innovative ideas, as we have hosted many young individuals in our platforms, not for the Global Youth Leadership Program only, but please do subscribe to JWF to really catch up on our former programs or upcoming ones, where we have the privilege of hosting incredible young individuals who are changing the world right now in their early 20s, 30s, leading actions, convening people from diverse backgrounds and generating solutions to some of the challenges that the platform has been embarking on. So thank you so much to take the floor. And really, this is the time for everyone else to share their reflections. And we have two very brief questions that can generate this interactive session. We would really love to hear from you on, like Melek and Gülnur touched upon, which session has been your favorite one, or which speaker has been the most impactful that you still remember some of the reflections shared. So anybody who would like to take the floor, now is the time. Any particular session, any speaker? Of course, I can repeat the question, and you don't have to address the question particularly, but just to generate a discussion, I would love to know among these 6 thematic discussions that we have covered, which topic has been your favorite? Or if you would like to share any reflections from any of the speakers that you still take away, that you still resonate, remember, or you were influenced by, as we have hosted over 10 expert speakers, or any reflections that you would like to share from the program. Anybody can take the floor.
Can I comment something while maybe others are writing their answers or something?
Go ahead.
I really enjoyed also seeing the fact that the speakers, especially in the different sessions, had such different personalities. One thing is having different backgrounds, but knowing that it's not just a typical one type of personality that can make a change in the world, but actually really different types, different energies, different priorities, maybe. Uh, Even if you have different ways of tackling these problems, it can still be effective. That was very nice to see, I think, from my perspective.
Mhm. Yeah, and the age groups too, right? We have
Yeah.
hosted experts from United Nations, human rights lawyers with decades experience. But at the climate session, we have hosted a very young individual in her 15, in her early
12.
12, yeah,
Yes, she was
12,
12 years
12
old.
years old individual. I was gonna say early 20s, but she's not even 20 yet. So somebody who is fascinatingly energetic to move crowds, really. Hundreds and thousands of individuals planting trees across India, and now her exemplary actions under Parasidi Foundation is being an inspirational resource for others to replicate similar programs and projects.
Yeah, I mean, when I listened to her, again, as we were editing the video, so her story is truly inspiring because her, story started when she was, I think, 6 years old. Sometimes you don't know what really will impact you or what will inspire you. I think she was at an event or like planting trees, and just being in that environment with people. She was inspired by planting trees, and as she grew, her activity and her ideas has grew with her as well. So I think it's great to learn from people and their stories, right? And everybody has a story, but to take the story, an idea to an action, I think that's really inspiring. And I always talk about Prasidi in different places, in different events. Sometimes your age doesn't really matter. You could be a 12, you could be a 20 or 50, whatever, but you can still shape the world around you.
Absolutely. And just like you said, you may lack expertise on particular thematic area, but if you have the passion to call for an action, you can convene experts who are the focal individuals to come up with solutions, then you facilitate the platform. So you can be a part of the solution in either way. So we should never expect for the right time to arrive, because it will never happen. We all have our own obstacles in life, challenges, difficulties, sometimes financial, sometimes academic, sometimes family-wise. So we should never be under the burden of these challenges, but look for some other resources to renew our energy, just like Yunur and Melek noted, to be a part of the resolution in any area that really inspires us or that we are passionate about.
And Jim, you know what I like about this group is we really have global citizens around us. For example, I mean, many of you, maybe you're from a different country, but you're getting education in a different country. For example, Madina, I know that she's from Russia, but she's getting her degree in Cambodia. Okay, so she's been exposed in a different culture, different language, different environment. I think that's really, makes us who we are as global citizens. And
Mhm.
so I congratulate Medina and many others who are getting education in a different country, different environment. So that's a lot of learning outside of your expertise area. You're learning the culture, language, and people. I think that really adds up a lot when you go into the workforce. You know,
Absolutely.
multiculturalism, diversity, or becoming a global citizen, that really adds up a lot to your leadership skills.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the spark of being a global citizen. And
Yeah.
it's not really on terminology anymore. It's quite convenient to be global citizens, active citizens these days. So despite of the fact that we always talk about the harnesses of emerging technologies, but on the other side of this coin, we should also acknowledge many of the advantages that it brings along. For example, at the United Nations, um, since the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen many of the platforms moved into hybrid basis. It was virtual for a couple years, but now, because this technological connection really closed to some extent the inequality of participation methods, because it's costly, it's time-wise to fly to New York to attend every single meeting. But now we have really equal platforms where you can submit your questions in advance. Moderators are making sure that there is enough time devoted for engagement and so on at the United Nations. So we should really take an advantage of the progress that we have in our day to close any form of inequality that we may face. Okay. Well, I also want to note that in order to receive your certificates, now that the program has ended, we would really like to receive your blog posts, because this is an opportunity to, one, have your written reflections on the program, two, an opportunity to really make a research and present your findings in written at the platform of Journalist Emeritus Foundation's blog post section. And as we receive your articles, we will also be making sure that these are also shared in our social media platforms, where thousands, tens of thousands of people are following from different parts of the world. And we really encourage you to push for your limits. I know this task may sound time consuming, or I also know that you have many finals or already going on research papers that you are required to write. But really, we are here to provide any assistance on that as well. We set the deadline of July 15, and we have already received a couple of your blog posts. But I would like to ask if you have any questions on that, or if anybody here is planning to write one. What are the topics that you are planning to focus on, or any other related questions that you may have? This is the time to address them. Did everyone write their blog posts? Do we have them all? I know a couple of you here are already on the track to stay in touch with us, to let us know that you're working on the blog posts. It can be about either of the themes that we discussed or an overall reflection on the program.
Good morning, good evening. Honestly, in Cambodia now, already night. Can I share my feedback?
Of course.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really enjoyed. For example, one of my favorite sessions, it was about women's empowerment and gender equality. Miss Catherine, if I'm not mistaken, she was from Brazil, and she really inspired me with her personal story. So like it was the session about that we just that didn't educate just that didn't just educate us, but ignited a passion to champion fairness and overcome some barriers wherever we find them. And also, one of the inspired sessions was about the climate change. The young speaker who really it gave me the really motivation to continue what I do and do more something really really oh my god, I speak in a day 4 languages and I confused with the languages sometimes. I can't remember one word.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. And also, I enjoyed to work in my working group. Honestly,
Mhm.
we haven't known girls before the sessions, but when we just meet each other in online and we talked, and also we shared our experience, where we study, what we are doing now, and it was also it was funny. It was also like give me some motivation to go to their countries, to visit their countries and to meet with them offline. So thank you so much to the girls. They were like Gulnoor, Malek. So yeah, also one girl from Indonesia. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
also, I have one question about our article. So
Mhm.
so we can choose any topic related with the. It should be related with the sessions that we covered, right?
Yes, we would appreciate that, but if that's too limiting for you, if you have something else to work on, uh, as long as it aligns with the working areas of the Journalist Emeritus Foundation on the culture of peace, any human rights or sustainable development, it's good to go. And I suggest that if you are planning to work on some other areas besides the 6 thematic sessions of the Global Youth Leadership Program, you can just email us quickly and make sure that the topic is approved so that you don't need to change it later on. I think that's always a good idea to send a very brief abstract of the theme that you're planning to work on.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Of
And
I hope we will
course.
keep in touch with the with other participants. So yeah, welcome to Cambodia. So also welcome to Russia. I will be so glad to show my favorite cities in Russia, in Cambodia. So yeah, thank you so much again.
Thank you. You're already building bridges. Fascinating. Thank you so much. Mehmet, you were saying something?
Yes, I mean, I would like to take this opportunity to encourage everyone really to write this article, because this is not really put an extra workload on what you're studying, but as a leadership, you will, this gonna be really good on your resume, where you can, can put it on your resume that you have an article that is being published on the Journalists and Rights Foundation blog. So
Mhm.
when people, let's say, you apply for a fellowship or a work in the future, then they will just like search your name. And if your name comes with an article that is being published on a global affairs and it is on like the JWF website, which is a credible organization aligned with the United Nations, that's going to look on your really your resume and your portfolio, and you can always mention that you have this article being published there. So we are not a peer-reviewed, you know, peer-reviewed, magazine or platform. But however, it will really contribute to your academic or work career in the future. So that's why I really highly encourage you to write this article, and we will review it. We will give you feedback, and then you can finalize it, and that will be published on JWF blog. So it's really good. I highly
Mm.
encourage you to take this opportunity.
It's a step of building a global visibility. Academia has its own criterias or has its own, just like you noted, peer review system, but this is a platform where you can raise your voice and have it written, presented to be shared through social media platforms. So it's very important. Alina wrote a message. She says, I didn't really have a favorite session, but I really enjoyed being a part of an empowering community that is focused on impact. Emphasis on the impact. Thank you to everyone who contributed to making this program possible. Thank you so much, Alina. Nuraisha from Cambodia also says, still working on it. No problem. July 15 is the deadline. That we would really appreciate if you can please be committed to finalize your articles by that deadline. And Ismail says, is there any kind of a format to use while writing the blog post? Um, Not really. We, of course, want you to share your resources, cite them, share links in the footer if you refer to any other platform or resource, or if you use any form of a human rights statistics or research, those should be surely acknowledged and cited properly. But our only requirement is a word limit of an article around 1,000 words, plus or minus 100 would be okay. But this doesn't have any particular academic settings, but we should be mindful of citing resources, be careful when we paraphrase, and some other main standards that we comply when we write an article.
Jimre, maybe I can add this, add something to this article in terms of the format. I mean, now we're living in the age of artificial intelligence, right? Sometimes we're using it for our work or academic work. But however, I'm just like talking from our experience from other programs that sometimes, people, they use AI for writing an article. So this is not really appreciated. So it should be your original work, okay? You can write your article and maybe you can use AI to refine it. But however, it shouldn't be AI writing it for you. Okay, so it is understood. I mean, any person, I mean, including yourself, when you read an article that is written by an AI, it is understood. So you don't like it, so it's not gonna look on your resume, and it's gonna stay there, on the website. So please try to make it original. Use your experiences, your own knowledge, and resources. And but however, in terms of like refining the language, of course, everybody's using it. But in terms of the idea, it should be your own idea. Just wanted to underline this.
And it's not really authentic, right? When we leave generation of ideas to AI only. And another note from my personal and professional life, dear friends, yes, there are these platforms and technological tools that really writes up perfect essays or concept notes, but please note that this is a real world that we live in, and we get to encounter with one another. We get to speak at events, we get to meet with people where we cannot use AI to speak or generate ideas in live platforms. So you really see the difference when you start building your professional career. Yes, there are articles that needs definite standards to qualify as a good resource. But on the other side of the picture, we are here engaging lively with one another, speaking of ideas and so forth. So uh, frequent use of these technological tools may also kill your spirit of speaking skills or diplomatic engagements or professional characteristics really that we should have. So be mindful about it. Priyanka also shared some notes on the requirement of writing a blog post to receive your certificate with the deadline noted. And yes, it's a very good reminder. The sessions are edited and posted on YouTube. So you can always go back when you have a free time, when you're doing a chore, if you want to listen something at the background, it's always a good idea, like a podcast, to pull one of the sessions or former sessions. Last year's recordings are also available at the Journalists and Writers Foundation's YouTube channel, or any other panels that you may be interested in listening. Please check out our page.
Jim Ray, just a couple of maybe reminders. I mean, the working groups, we have two working groups, right? One on human rights working group and one on quality education. I think, the groups really worked too much, time and effort in to their projects, and both of them are really very well done. I congratulate you. And they have potential to make a difference. Just for example, the quality education working groups project on media literacy. Okay, so I think that's great. We've discussed this among our team members with Jim, Ram, Priyank, and I. We discussed about it. So it has a potential to revise and reshape it a little bit. Okay, we will have this meeting later on. Maybe it has a potential to be offered in different school settings for high school students, or maybe starting with high school students, then maybe university students. So don't think that this project is just for 6 months or just for 1 month. Okay, so we will continue because we see the value in it, and media literacy is important. That's one of the topics we discussed at the media and journalism webinars as well. It's really important. So we will be in touch with you in that project, and hopefully, maybe if we can get it reshaped and revised during the summertime, it could be maybe offered to some private schools, maybe in September, maybe after September, but we can offer it to some schools. It could be a pilot program. Okay, so you will be the persons maybe giving media literacy from one country to another country. So that, I think that's a good potential. Likewise with the human rights working group, and we worked with them aside from their project on a different project, human rights project. And this May, when I was in Geneva, so at least we go to Geneva to the human rights, Office of the High Commission for Human Rights to meet with special rapporteurs and human rights officers. So there is a potential that we may go with maybe a couple of interns or maybe a couple of youth leaders from you who are studying political science or other majors interested in human rights. So there is a opportunity, a window of opportunity for you to attend these meetings as our interns, to get to know how human rights is in action. Okay, sometimes it's good that it's on the paper, it's on the books that you read all these conventions, all these agreements and things, but how diplomacy really works in action. So you have this opportunity as well. And lastly, just one last opportunity that I'd like to share with you is that we are trying to find the gems. Okay, so for us, you're like a gem. Okay, we would like to identify you, and we would like to keep in touch with you, and we would like to give some opportunities in the years coming in terms of like internship or fellowship or other like job opportunities, things like that. But on the other hand, as the JWF, since we are associated with the UN Department of Global Communications, we have two slots for GWF youth representative to the United Nations, and Priyanka is one of our youth representative to the United Nations, and we have one more post. Okay, so maybe among you, maybe one of you, we may select one of you as our youth representative to the UN. But of course, this post needs some kind of like extra dedication to work on the United Nations and represent the JWF. And Priyanka has been doing this for the last maybe 2 to 3 years. So she could be a great, mentor to our new youth representative. So we have so many opportunities for you guys. Okay, just keep it up, stay tuned with us, and we would like to, work with you. Over to you, Jemria.
Thank you so much for these reminders. Really last call before we wrap up the program. Anybody looking forward to say something or questions? I just wanted to share one last time a call for you to speak. In the meantime, I can also ask Priyanka if she has any reminders that we didn't cover, or if she has any last notes to share with the group. Then we can start wrapping up.
Thank you, Jamre. I think most of our friends here and participants are also from different time zones, so it's quite late at some places. But if you have any question, then feel free to reach out to us individually or in the group. And Mehmet, thank you very much. I can emphasize more on it that JWF has been a great platform for me personally to grow both personally and professionally as well, because I get the opportunity to meet a lot of people. And being a youth representative to you, and it's that you get to know other people, you get to participate in different events, either in person or virtually. So it's a great call for you, and especially if even it doesn't matter if you are in the beginning of your career or a bachelor student or a grad student. Um, it's never late to start new things, and it's a great platform to get to know a lot of people and get to know a lot of opportunities. And sometimes before so right now I'm a student at Harvard University, but I have dedicated 5, 6 years in just volunteering with different causes because I really cared about them. And so sometimes we have to step back and think that we analyze a lot of things, but volunteering is a great thing, and it makes us grow a lot because we either fail or win, but still it's a lesson always. So I really encourage you all to stay connected with Journalists and Writers Foundation. Go and check on the website different opportunities, and we are also very active on social media handles if you are not following us. So just search Journalists and Writers Foundation even on Google, and you will find every link, and I can also share in the chat, and also in our WhatsApp group as well. We are active on LinkedIn, Instagram. We are having great engagement of young people over Instagram, also on Facebook and Twitter. So feel free to tag us, repost, or let us know if you have something that you want us to feature it as an alumni of the Global Youth Leadership Program. So we would love to do that. And other than that, the reminder that my colleagues already mentioned about the blog post, it's a very important to receive the certificate. We will be cross-checking the attendance as well. And then soon we will be delivering your certificate in the coming week. Thank you. Over to you, Chamber.
Thank you so much for the reminders, Priyanka, especially on social media platforms. Like you noted, we are here to feature any of your work. Please feel free to share and remain connected with us. Final reminders, just to recap and summarize, we would love to have your articles by July 15. Please note that this is a requirement to receive your certificate of completion. A very brief task. I believe everyone here is very capable of writing this article. So don't think of it as a very big assignment. This doesn't have to be a research paper particularly, but this can be your own personal, professional views on some of the themes that we have discussed. Thank you so much. Again, Mehmet also shared a conference link that Jonas Emeritus Foundation organizes since the last 10 years in the margins of the United Nations General Assembly. And we have many opportunities available at that platform too. And we will make sure that you stay tuned as we share links to participate in the Pioneers in SDGs program, submit your projects, or listen to the remarks being delivered. So this is not a final goodbye, just wrapping up the last session of the Global Youth Leadership Program, but we will be connected on the WhatsApp group, and our emails are available, phone numbers, and so on. So please remain in touch and let us know if you have any questions coming upward. So till we see you next time. Bye, everybody.